Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 982 and today we are back. Did you see that was perfectly timed with the clap? We are back for another brand new episode of the Spfl show. Top class professionals as always. We've got Mr. Sharpdiv himself with us. Chat. Div, chat.
How we doing, chat?
How's it going?
That's all I've got for you today, man.
Yeah, we're hiding behind false smiles and a lot of medication. And as you can see, we've actually got the Motherwell fan on. Some call him the Ginger Maldini.
Bit Motherwell fan.
That's it, the only one. We were supposed to have Ryan Mulroney, but as you know, he's very, very unreliable. But this week, I wasn't that bothered that he missed, to be honest. It's the best episode. If he's ever going to miss an episode, probably be this one. So, yeah, Ryan Mulroney won't be appearing on the show because he's unreliable. Gogsy, thank you for stepping in as always, mate, carrying the show. I think you've been on the show.
It's always good being a substitute.
Aye, you're
Really surprised me.
You're a super sub.
Super sub, yeah.
Just that laugh. It makes the show instantly.
I love it, man. I love it.
I love it.
Gogsy just leaves us with
that's good crap.
that he's going to give us like an insightful, I don't know, bit of analysis or something, and then it's just
the laugh.
Just a laugh, aye.
He just looks down and laughs. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone jumping into the chat just now. We'll get everything read out as we sort of break it down. Normally we kind of refer and I give either you or Ryan or maybe even Gogsy to pick, but for me, I was actually going to pick the first game, if that's all right, lads. Because that's the game I want to speak about first. Just a bit of difference, and it's going to be St Johnstone to Aberdeen now, because to be fair, we've actually got a couple of St Johnstone fans that tune in every week and everything like that, and they've on this tremendous run, and maybe they're not getting the first class bill and they're not getting about to the end of the show. The form deserves it, and that's obviously a massive result against Aberdeen. So I thought, you know what, be fair to the people that continue to tune in all the time, start off with St Johnstone just to make it a little bit different. They obviously got that 2-0 win versus Aberdeen. There was a lot more that actually went into the game. There's a lot of penalty calls. I think 4 penalty calls in the overall game. It was an absolute mad game. But Div, maybe you want to talk more about St Johnstone. What was your thoughts on the game itself?
Aye, well, I was asking you before the stream started. I knew that St Johnstone have been on a really good run of form, but as I'm led to believe, that's now 6 wins and 7 or 7 wins and 8. It's one of the two. The only blip being a draw versus Hearts in the game before. Before that, just clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet. And it'd be very easy for us to jump on here and say Aberdeen, they only show up for the big games, which I don't know what's going on there. But St Johnstone, credit where credit's due. They went to a tough place for the big teams, and they got the result. And it looked like a well-deserved win as well from the highlights that I saw. I thought they created a lot of chances. For Aberdeen had a couple. Yeah. But the manager came out and blamed fatigue. McInnes, he blamed fatigue for this one. So,
you can't say that. You can't take it away from St Johnstone. No, when they play so well, and their second goal, by the way, was absolutely top notch. If someone didn't have scored from his own half 3 days ago, that would have been my goal of the week, because I think St Johnstone's second goal was brilliant. Quick feet to get away from Dominic Ball, and he just dinks the goalkeeper. It's an absolutely ridiculous second goal for St Johnstone. But there is a couple of decisions, and then if you follow my channel, you know I'm not the biggest fan of referees, but there's actually a lot of referee calls in this one. So I want your opinions on this one, because we'll talk about the first one. At 0-0, Aberdeen feel they should have had a penalty inside the box, where they feel that the St Johnstone player absolutely just wiped them out. So what was your thoughts, Steve? Do you think the very first one at 0-0, do you think it should have been a penalty to Aberdeen where the guy with Kenny swipes the game?
Aye, I think it was a penalty. I think it was clear as day that it was a penalty.
How did he get that wrong?
I don't know. If he won the ball, what ball was that? I really don't know. Do you know what I mean? I think he was closer to Dominic Ball, to be honest with you.
Probably kicked him as well, to be fair.
I know. It was a clear penalty for me, so right to be aggrieved.
Dogs.
What I don't get is the fact the referee is looking straight at the decision. Is what?
I'm just laughing at you.
Can you hear me?
It's like, can you not hear me?
Are you uploading again? Gogsy, are you uploading again?
No, I'm not. I'm waiting until after the show this week.
Right, good lad. Right, carry on, mate. It's better now.
The fact that Don Robertson is looking at the scenario and he's just decided, nah, it's no penalty. I just can't believe it, because it's a snowball penalty. He's not touched the ball at all, and he's taking a man. It's just fuck it, we'll just kick it away.
If you've not seen the highlight, I swear, like the referee's here, the incident's literally 2 feet in front of him. He's looking like this, and the guy just kicks. It should have been a clear penalty, but again, referees are absolute dog shit in Scotland. So that was the first decision. Now, there was a second one, which the referee says it wasn't a penalty. It was a Shane Logan slide challenge, which some St Johnstone fans were unhappy about. For me, personally, I think Shane Logan's actually times this perfectly. It's literally perfection. He got a touch on the ball. So the second one isn't a penalty for me. What was your thoughts, Div?
I thought it was just one of those ones, depending on what the ref was feeling on the day. He could have gave it, or he could have gave it 100%. He could have gave it.
The St Johnstone boy gets the ball before Logan even gets there, and Logan swipes the St Johnstone boy.
So you think it's a penalty?
I think it's a penalty, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Div?
And to be honest, if I was leaning towards the end, I would have said it was a penalty myself. I thought that the boy got there before Logan, but I just complete inconsistency for the referees in the country.
You can see it in his face that he doesn't have a fucking Scooby-Doo. Like, do you know what I mean? He's looking to the linesman doesn't. He's like, and he's like, just play on.
What's the issue with the referees butting the officials, guys? What do you think the problem is here? Are they not fit enough? Are they not competent enough? Are they not focused? Like, what's going on?
Well, you can for a fact they're not fit enough, because 9 times out of 10 the linesmen aren't anywhere near that to play their guesses. We're going to talk about that later on for one of the goals as well, but you can see it. They're just so far away for the incidents. The referees, even that one where he's looking straight at the Aberdeen penalty, he's looking right at it and he still can't identify that as a penalty. Like, there's just so much wrong. I didn't think they have a fucking clue.
Mate, I feel sorry for referees sometimes, right? And I feel as though, I feel as though they should be able to be given some sort of help in certain scenarios. I don't know what that was myself. I feel as though they should be given some sort of help, but in Scotland, it just seems to be too many bad decisions to the point where it just looks like total incompetence every week. And it's not just one decision now; it's 2, 3, 4, 5 decisions a week. It's totally embarrassing. And it's easy to forget about it when you're on the good end of a decision, like obviously the Morelos offside goal. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you're on the wrong side of it, like we were at the weekend, it absolutely stinks. But collectively, I think something needs to be done to just make sure our officials are better. Because I look abroad and I see good referees. I see good referees in like the German league. I know they've got more money. Is that an issue? Is it because our referees aren't full time? They have other jobs? Like.
That's what Matt Menzies says in the chat. He says they're part-time refs. That's what the problem is. They're not full-time.
Part-time decisions.
Yeah, that's it.
Amateur decisions being made on a consistent basis. So probably a good solution would possibly be to actually pay them more. Give them a pay rise. Do you know what I mean?
Careful. I wouldn't have thought you'd have been saying that in the channel, did you?
No, mate, I never say that. But that might be a good solution so that they can actually focus on it 100%, and they, I don't know, during the day they're able to go and train and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of them probably need to go to their work, and they might need to train at night or have a game or blah blah blah. But I think if they were fitter, they had more training and stuff, they would be better.
Aye, because they're absolute dog meat. There's even another penalty incident, and it says Aberdeen then fell St Johnstone in the box again. What did you think? Would you think that was a penalty? That was like the 3rd or 4th penalty call in the game.
I thought it was a bit soft, to be honest.
Yeah, that one. The kind of push for me, I think I'd give that as a penalty. I don't think he's getting any. But to be honest, see, when I saw it, I was like, "This will be the referee will get this," because it's just the guy doesn't have a clue. So there were 4 penalties there. There could have been 4. There could have been 8. At the end of the day, he just kind of went, "Nah, no one's getting a penalty today. Not a chance." So I think you've touched on a really good thing there. I know Mark Menzies put that in the chat there as well. They're part time. To improve the game, they need to get moved to full time so they actually came with their day. Maybe they're too distracted with their other shit, and they're coming and bringing that in because they're absolutely dog meat. But that's the first game, so congratulations to St Johnstone. They certainly deserve it. I believe, Gogsy, you're up next, didn't you, son? St Johnstone versus the Web.
Yes.
Looking forward to that? Oh.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
It's the worst away in the league as well, which is just as bad.
Yep, brilliant. It's just as bad as your internet. Anyway, moving on to the next game. Sharpdiv himself, you can pick it, and then we'll go to Gogsy back in 1984 with that internet.
I'm interested to see what Gogs is going to say about the Motherwell and throwing points away at Hearts. How did that go?
Oh, excellent.
Break it down, mate.
Oh, well.
I went excellent with it. Right, I thought you could beat, but...
Oh, no, that's sarcasm. But I think we should...
Woo!
We're a goal disallowed at 0-0. I thought it was a perfectly good goal. Curtis Main, the boy just runs into him and then falls over, and Curtis Main's penalised for a foul. Then he puts the ball in the back of the net, and the referee's blown the whistle midway through as the ball's in transition to the net.
It's just embarrassing, isn't it?
Is the Wi-Fi that bad?
No. I'm talking about the actual incident.
No, I'm talking about the instant, Gogsy. It's embarrassing.
You know, I love to take the piss, Gogs, and I love to like dig at you and everything.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that. To be honest, I've got on my notes. Motherwell scores a fantastic chip goal from Main, gets ruled as a foul. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what it was. The guys ran into each other.
There we go.
Quite simply put, I don't know why.
I fucking looked at it.
Do you think that it would be a good idea as well that we actually started to get to know the referees and they started to do post-match stuff?
Yeah.
To explain certain decisions.
And explain why they were. Yeah, exactly.
Just to explain why.
That'd be so much better.
I know, exactly.
Completely.
So if you're watching the chat just now, I'm going to try and get his more involved when we're coming to like predictions and stuff like that. But do you think the Curtis Main goal should have stood for Motherwell? For me, I think it's brilliant. I think he shows his strength, holds off two defenders, then chips the goalkeeper from outside the box.
He's putting himself about.
He's a big lumpy.
What you want your striker to do?
Maybe that's his reputation kind of gone against him, and maybe that's like a prejudgment by the ref thinking he's maybe through something. But to me, I think it's a great goal. Adam Oliver says definitely a goal. Thomas McGill says it was a cracking goal, was never a foul. David Park says goal. Gogs, there you are, they're three in a row there, all goal.
So in theory, we've drawn one each, but fuck it.
But no officially.
Right, continue with the rest of the breakdown, mate, because you obviously were at the game, so you can break it down a little bit.
Okay, of course. Then we can see that really poor goal. I think it hits off Charles Dunn in the end, and two Motherwell players have gone for the same ball. That's not the first time it happened during the game. At 0-0, Carl McHugh and someone else clashed when they tried to go for a ball. So there's some communication errors in our defence. And then throughout the rest of the match, I mean, there was nothing between the two sides. Apart from the fact there was the one goal, but apart from that, I just don't see any difference in between the two sides, and it's disappointing we didn't get anything from the game.
I also put your goalkeeper was in no man's land as well, because he kind of came out and then he just stopped.
Yeah,
you have to commit. I mean, coming out, then he's like
exactly. The fact the ball's right on the 6-yard line as well, it should be the keeper that comes out for the ball.
Yeah. I agree with you, mate. I thought the goalkeeper's position was wrong, and I also said the two centre halves have to be stronger and actually talk to each other, because they're not even looking. They're just fucking bong, kind of like with the Hearts did, to be honest, with the first goal that was ruled incorrect. But I was disappointed because Motherwell was actually doing pretty decently. Obviously, got that draw with Celtic. Was that like Wednesday?
We actually didn't do that badly.
Yeah, and he's just unlucky there.
Last week at Livingston, we just completely didn't show. But I thought on Saturday we did play all right things, but we just didn't create enough, and it annoys me when I say that.
Did both teams struggle for that then, Gogsy?
Yeah, I think both teams have key players out injured, and I didn't expect the spectacle and a shit game, to be honest.
I've got on my notes as well. I said I said boring game, probably worst of the weekend, because I just thought like it was just so evenly balanced. We're kind of cancelling each other out. That's what it seemed like to me anyway, watching the game. So, but that was a massive win for Hearts, because that's their first win in 6 or 7 games as well. That was vitally important for Hearts to get back to winning ways, and we'll see how they respond now, especially as the weeks go on. They get more of their key players back. So big win if you're a Hearts fan. I'm sure you're absolutely buzzing for that one. Right, Gogsy, you can pick the next game, son, and we'll hear about it in about 4 minutes. Internet lags up.
Excellent, because I'm going to select the Celtic 5 Kilmarnock 1 game.
Yeah,
I think we'll get that out of the way.
On you go there, mate. Break it down.
Well, as I expected, Celtic would go all guns blazing on this one, and they completely tore Kilmarnock apart. I thought, 5-1 must have been an understatement of how different in class both teams are. I mean, of course, Celtic are now on paper the best team in the league, and they completely showed that. I mean, Kilmarnock with the record.
Kilmarnock battled Kilmarnock, didn't they?
I mean,
with Kilmarnock's record against Celtic.
Because I like Killie, I think Stevie Clark's very, very good defensively. He sets his team up, but fuck me, did they just get blown off the park? Like, there's nothing else you can say. They got absolutely pounded rotten. It could have been 7, 8. Could have been
exactly
posting that everything. It's
I
fucking
know.
sickening.
Aye, and in fairness to them, that's a credit to how good they performed, because Killie are not a
Bad side
easy
at all.
team. I know they're not an easy team to beat.
No.
Celtic and Rangers and other teams in the league have found to be the case.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to my mate, and he told me that if you started the league season, I think from when Stevie Clark came in, Killie would actually be second in the league, 1 point behind Celtic going into that game. So that's an absolute credit to how good Steve Clark has been since going to Kilmarnock. They've been absolutely immense, and to go over there to Parkhead and get demolished, that must have been embarrassing for them.
It wasn't even just the fact they got demolished. It wasn't like they were trying and back and forth. Like for the first whistle, the first 5 minutes, you could see they hadn't turned up. They were absolutely destroyed. I can see something. I also want to touch on something because I've seen it on Twitter and everything. Some of the Kilmarnock fans aren't really happy because the next day, or they were obviously away celebrating their Xmas night out, we drinking, and there's been a lot of complaints saying maybe their eye was off the ball. But for me personally, I just think they got absolutely destroyed. But it's worth mentioning. I've seen if you're a Kilmarnock fan, you're obviously annoyed that the Rays celebrating a day later after getting pumped 5-1. Completely understand. But they did get their trademark penalty. I mean, Kilmarnock gets them every week, it seems.
I know.
Wolfman
scores. The Wolf put it away.
The Wolfman, you know what I mean? At least he scored against Celtic. Bring him in. Get him in, Jack. He can do it. But I've not really got else to say. I thought Christie was obviously the standout again. If you break down his actual goal scoring ratio for Celtic since he's came in, everything that Ryan, fucking everything Ryan was talking about earlier on in the season for the series about them lacking someone in the middle of the park to create things. Me and Div, we speak about that all the time. He looks like he's the type of player, and what one creative player can do for a side, turn them into a team that was struggling to beat St Mirren to a team that can batter Killie with 5-1. That's the difference a creative midfield player can make. So yeah, Ryan 118, if people's asking, because I know people always tune in to see what Ryan thinks on the Celtic game, he's unreliable. Couldn't turn on. I believe he's working, Div. Did he swap his shift to help someone else? He's actually been pretty decent, to be fair.
I know. He's a working man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, somebody else needed the day off. Ryan volunteered. The man's a sacrificed.
Exactly. He's a martyr.
He's a prick, though. Still.
Aye. But the argument before getting into the Celtic game, if Christie doesn't score, who scores? Do you know what I mean? It was getting to that point where Christie was just the guy banging in the goals and carrying them in a sense. But they found a new lease of life. Banged in 5 goals. Forrest gets a double, which is annoying because his good form is going to continue. You know what I'm saying? And also, what I thought was very interesting was that Brown did not start the game. Brown's out. Brown started versus Motherwell, 1 each. Brown's out. Batter Kilmarnock.
You know, I always like to wind up Brian. I say Carl McGregor's better than Brown ever was, because I just like to wind up on the Celtic fans and that as well. But it's been proven once again. So I'm annoyed that Ryan isn't on this week because he loved it.
Let us know, Celtic fans. If there's any Celtic fans, the comments, is Scott Brown's time up in the starting lineup? I don't know.
And
what did you notice for the Motherwell game, the Killie game? Is the play just faster for Celtic? What happened?
Yeah, well, I think Celtic made quite a few changes because, of course, they'd played in Europe, then the cup final, then they played us in midweek. I just think they just completely changed their setup, completely changed their team. I mean, for example, Scott Brown started against us, and they were just really poor against us. I thought, well, they went 1-0 up, had a goal wrongly disallowed, missed a penalty. CJ, I'm noticing that smirk.
No, I'm just laughing. Someone just said CJ died quietly. It's because I'm coughing. I can't help it. I apologize. It just made me laugh. Sorry, Lee Red's a long-time subscriber. He can say that. It's fine.
That's fine. But back on my point, and Celtic just wasted all the possession, and we just started closing in on them throughout the second half, and then we finally scored in the 87th minute, and what a moment.
It's one of my favourite goals I've ever scored, to be fair. It was a great goal.
Such a great comment there for Darren Muir. It says instead of Craig Levin, it says Greg Levin is a pigeon.
I agree, mate. Yes, he's fucking Greg Levin.
Won the Greg.
Pigeon, mate. Honestly, sick it up. Right, let's move on to the next game then, and we'll discuss Livy, because that's where I want to choose to go next, if he's done it, mind, lads. Livingston back to winning ways. And I was actually very impressed because they actually battled back, because one of the complaints about Livy is when they went behind, they've not really rallied, but obviously they went behind from St Mirren, Adam Hamill again impacting the game, got an assist this time with a beautiful free kick. Then Livingston actually respond, which that Ryan Hardy scored. And now I was absolutely delighted with that because I made a video at the start of the season saying what he would do at Livingston. Then obviously had that terrible injury. It took him a long time to get over it. That was only his second start. It was actually, his first start. First start of the season, and he ends up at Fox in the box. He's at the right place at the right time. People might argue it's a rebounder. He's there. He's in the right place, showing a striker's instincts. Good finish as well. So it was great to see Ryan Hardy, obviously on loan from Rangers, getting the goal. And yeah, Livingston showing once again they're a threat for set pieces, getting involved, and once again at home, they're fucking hard to beat. And good to see them respond and get back.
If it went on home form, Livingston would actually be second in the league right now. If it went on home form, so it just goes to show how good they've actually been playing at home, and for them to come back from getting beat as well of St Mirren, just showed.
It goes to show how effective the AstroTurf is.
No, I'm done with that, man. I'm done with that. I rate Livy. I think they're a good side. And
I can't take. I can't back to their goals.
A lot of the goals they've been scored from set pieces. It's not as if they're taking advantage really. The AstroTurf. I know the AstroTurf is obviously a part to play. I do. Obviously, you need to be a dafty not to say that, but I'm just past kind of undermining their achievements just with a pitch. Do you know what I mean? And it was great. If I take one positive out of the weekend, man, is it Hardy managed to bag?
I agree with that, mate.
One positive. That is it. We're clutching here, boys.
Just to give you, I've had like the worst weekend for hell. Obviously, he's already know the Rangers result. Now I was watching the Patriots. They had the chance to win the division, so they're winning with 16 seconds to go.
What was that all about, mate?
Right, and the Dolphins, they are play where they're just throwing it back like a fucking circus act, and somehow they run out of time and they still manage to run through the entire team and run and score. That literally summed up my weekend. I was sitting there like that. I was like, I've never seen it. And I just like came up and got in my bed. But thankfully, Ryan Hardy ended up scoring. That was the only time I smiled in the entire weekend. So it was great to see. And yeah, I'm kind of like you. You've got to give them respect, Livingston, because very little budget, very little wage available. They've done what they can. Bringing in Liam Kelly on a free transfer has to be one of the signs of the season for me personally. If you're looking at entire Scottish football, what that man's doing each and every single week is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, great to see Hardy scoring as well. So Livingston, fair play. And St Mirren, again, showing they've still got quality. Adam Hamill, again, separating himself, showing that he's definitely got something special about him. We're going to speak about him, I feel, when we speak about the goal of the week. So we'll kind of leave that for...
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, because that was vicious. So yeah, that was it for the Livingston game. Shout out to them. St Mirren, again, I wouldn't be worrying if you're a St Mirren fan and you've got enough quality to stay up. Right, next game, Div. I think we've only got one, actually. No, there's two, sorry. There's two.
Is there two? Oh, I will. I'm definitely going to go Hibs Hamilton, aren't
I wasn't touching that.
I'm absolutely sick of the way that Cannon is playing Dougie Imrie. He's not playing Dougie Imrie to his best potential. Everybody knows that the Dougster plays best just off top. And he's got him at left mid, he's got him at CDM. Even one point, I seen him at right back and stuff like that. When you play Dougie Imrie to his best potential, which is just off the striker, you get goals. Do you know what I mean? And he's giving Neil Lennon a lifeline there. Cannon had them in the bag, but he's giving Neil Lennon a lifeline. All his show with the goal gets Lennon his first win in, I don't know, 8 or something. I don't know. It's something ridiculous. It's a long time anyway. It's been a month.
Yeah,
since they got the last win. But
see, maybe, and that was against Hamilton.
Aye.
Sorry, what were you saying there, Gogs?
The last win was against Hamilton.
Aye, that's right. I've got my notes here. It was a very back and forth kind of game. I was actually quite impressed. Either team could have scored a lot more goals. Hibs had a lot of chances. It was saved well by the goalkeeper. Hamilton missed it about 3 times for chances. Back and forth, but their goal I thought was really great from Hogan. He gets the ball, runs wide, and actually crosses it early and towards a man. Div, you know what I mean? How weird is that? Hey, just seen someone cross the ball to a man.
Aye, that's usually a great start, CG, isn't it?
Hogan in there. But anyway, it's a great cross from Hogan, crosses it to a human being inside the box. And it was a well finished goal as well from Shaw as well, taking the first win. That's a lot of pressure. Kind of watching the game though, you're thinking whoever scored first was definitely going to win that game. You know what I mean?
Oh,
looking
definitely.
At the side, and Hibs get their first win. So there's not really much else to say about that. I thought it was a back and forth kind of game. Right, moving on to Div. Dog, sorry, you can pick the game next, son.
Let's go. Dundee 1, Rangers 1.
Oh wow! What happened, Dogsy? What happened in the game, son?
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't watch it. I was actually going to go to the game, but just to say
lucky you.
Just to say against it. But I want to go by Kenny Miller.
Oh well, I mean, it was good. I don't know how to
Fox in the
explain.
box, and
It's Kenny Miller. It's Kenny Miller. We've get into the game.
I thought Goldson was poor.
Aye, I mean, who was good? That's the.
That's so true, mate.
No, I thought in the lead up to the goal, I thought Goldson could have done a lot better. He could have
could have read it a lot better as well. Both of them at centre half, I just don't like it. I don't like the partnership. I don't at all. I mean, there was one point, right, there's a video going about Worrell. I mean, I don't know how much has been quoted that he's worth. I don't know, 10+ mil. And he literally tries to kick it out to the left wing, right?
Kicks it right.
He puts it right in between our left back and our left mid. But our left back and left mid are about 200 metres apart.
Yep. He just kicks it right at Blake.
He just kicks it right up. He's trying to find Stevie G. Stevie
G gets up for the bench and boots the ball away. He's that pissed off. Have you seen it? He's fucking raging.
That's embarrassing, man. We need Big Nicola back in there. I want Katic back in.
It wasn't even just
good form again for the big man.
It wasn't even just their partnership. It was weird. They just flipped their positions for no reason. Connor Goldson has been playing right centre back the entire year. Worrell's been playing left centre back. This game, he just went, boop, have fun, boys. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking.
Who is this Worrell character anyway?
Oh, he's a wanker.
Who is this Worrell person?
He's basically.
Why didn't he play against us?
Because he was out the team by the time we got to use. Macaulay had kind of taken that position.
If he was playing, mate, he would have won 7-1.
Aye. They've been 7 each, mate.
Aye, I definitely think you need to get Katic back in there for me personally. I've seen enough now. Worrell, you can brand about and say, but he's worth 11.5 million. He can't pass, can't run, can't tackle. I've seen enough.
I don't know who's quoting that. That's obviously the inflated English market and fans that are quoting that.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh, definitely.
That's like Worrell bucks. That's what that is.
That's Worrell bucks. Aye, Worrell Wonga. That's what it is.
But yeah, there was one moment of quality though, and that was for Andy Halliday.
Yeah,
phenomenal free kick, which the commentator Andy Walker spent more time complaining about Jack Hamilton in goals rather than the top-notch strike. Have you seen the goal, Gogs?
I have, yeah. I thought poor goal to concede defensively, but it was a great strike, right in the top wins. You can't do much about that.
I don't think that they were expecting it. Halliday's not had a free kick for us in a long time.
They talked about that at half time, like you said, like the way that Kyle Lafferty and everything's like prepping the ball. You can see Jack Hamilton sort of lining up, thinking it's going to be Kyle, and Kyle even like kind of, yeah, he kind of like does like a weird run, like he's going to take it, and then literally as soon as the whistle blows, Halliday takes it extremely quickly, just goes bang. So I didn't think Jack's looking at it, thinking Halliday's even taking it. You know what I mean? I think it's a well worked trick play by Rangers, one of the few moments of quality, and it's fucking top bin all the way to the bank, and I love that Andy Walker was just so bitter about it. He was fucking.
Of course, he's a Celtic man.
It was one of the bits of quality during the game.
I can't think of any other, if you're asking me, genuinely.
That was it, innit?
Maybe Grezda's what flicks he done in the box, kind of reminiscence.
Yeah, Grezda went missing, but didn't he?
In the second half, he just posted missing, mate.
I thought it was very interesting when the manager came out and basically says, well, we know who we can trust now, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to say. For this moment onwards, we will be playing players that have got a bit of character. So I don't know who he's talking about there, but it will be evident, I think, the next matchup.
Yeah, I think you'll see, especially, I know we've got Rapid coming up, but I feel like...
the next league match, Hamilton.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The next league match we have got, I think we'll then see who Gerrard trusts, who Disney trusts. So I'm hoping there's a change at centre-back. I'd love to see Connor Goldson and Katic give another try, because I thought when we went on that run at the start of the season, it was with them two. We then made the change. I still didn't understand why. And flipping Connor Goldson, who's a right centre-back, to a left centre-back, to put Worrell at right centre-back and make him sort of the ball-playing defender, it was like Halloween, man. It was just like fucking, you know what I mean?
God. Gogs, sorry to interrupt you, but I just seen something on Twitter. Motherwell midfielder Andy Rose will leave the club in January to join MLS side Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yeah, I knew it. I sort of noticed in his previous couple of performances as well, his heart's not really been in it. So I don't even see why we've even played him, because like there has been a rumour ongoing over the last week or so that he has been linked with a move away. So I'm not surprised at that at all.
I was hoping to break that to you on stream there without you knowing. A wee bit like the Hullet getting sacked situation.
Do you know how Rangers always gets like news leaked and everything? Gogsy's literally the leak for Motherwell. He knows already. He's the Kenny Miller in Motherwell. You know what I mean?
Well, I do have my contacts.
You do.
Mate, you don't fucking shut up about them, do you?
Okay,
thanks for the chat, Scott McDonald's. It was a great chat. Friends.
All right
then. People say we miss Morelos so badly. Absolutely. Why do we always take in-swinging corners? Because we just didn't want to score for them. Whose free kick was better? Here's one from Kevin1888. Whose free kick was better, Christie or Andy Halliday's? Gogsy.
Christie's.
Dev.
Andy.
Me. The man's on the wall for a reason. I genuinely like just the way he absolutely rattles it, and you didn't expect it for Halliday, so I think that makes it even better. You know what I mean? Like
surely when you equate the two players up, you know what I mean, you should be putting Halliday's above just for the mere fact that
it's a shock value as well. You're like,
okay,
Andy.
Like, did that just happen? I swear I was so happy when he scored, man. But,
it's kind of like when imagine watching your own kid like score a goal. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. To be fair,
after that, Rangers, we were just atrocious.
Yeah, it was pish.
They had 10 men. They had 10 Dundee bottom of the league, and I'll give them the respect and stuff. But for Rangers to be going to Dundee, bottom of the league, down to 10 men, it's one each, you know what I mean? You score straight away as soon as they get a man sent off. We should be creating more chances at least. Do you know what I mean? See if they hung on and they were absolutely battling like we were away versus Ufa, then fair enough. Do you know what I mean? But it was just like they were comfortable. They were winning. Their left back and their right back were phenomenal. You know what I mean? I thought the boy in the middle, Kamara, was great.
Controlled the game.
He was brilliant, man. He was excellent. And what's his face? Kenny, Big King Kenny. No, he just ran the flags. If you watch it, every time the ball was going high, Goldson was just getting caught under it every time.
Every time.
I think it was just the experience of Kenny. He was just leaning into him ever so slightly. Put on him off, and then there was a chance. There was a breakaway for Dundee.
And it wasn't just that. I think the most telling stat was, see about the 70th minute, they brought up on the stat like the wee thing they were talking about it. Rangers had 85% of the ball, right, and had 0 shots on target, right? And obviously, the way Dundee had the ball, they had 1 shot. So even though we had 85% of the ball up to 70 minutes, they had another shot in the second half before we did. Like, what the fuck?
What's going on there? What is going on? That was pretty much bottle jobs. That's exactly what it looks like to me.
You know what I mean? They got top of the league and they've shot themselves.
Pretty much.
One last little thing I want to talk to you, Div, because I've actually not spoken to you about it. Ajaya, what's all that malarkey for about the fake shots, ignoring BB with his wide open, then he almost puts Dundee through and goal by himself because he tries to fake shot again in the 92nd minute. Pause, and Dundee really win. I
don't have a clue, man. Obviously, there was a rumour that came out that he turned up late. The manager, he addressed it. That was the fact. Yeah, he did turn late and he was dropped the kind of game after. The manager says that's not the reason he was dropped, but I don't know what's going on with the big man. And
he's checked out.
What?
It looks like he's checked out mentally. He's like, maybe Kenzie's gone back. And Jan, he's like,
kinda, mate. That's the impression I'm getting. But he should, if he's ever wanting to have it in Liverpool, he needs to be consistent up here. Yeah. And I thought they adapted really well.
And he needs to grow up.
Very.
Pretty much, mate. He does. He needs to grow up a bit as well. And I don't know. Doesn't need to do everything himself. He's a good player, man. Honestly, he's a good player, dribbling and stuff. He's really good. But he just tried to do everything himself in the instant that you're talking about, CJ. And he ended up falling on his own. And there was a Hendry-like meme going about him. That's how bad it was.
He's your Jack Hendry.
Pretty much, that's it. Was getting portrayed.
I mean, we've already got one over. We didn't need fucking 2 of them. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I know, mate. I know.
Give me a break. So the ending stats was 4 shots for Dundee, 2 on target, 6 for Rangers, 3 on target, and I think one of them was actually just like a cross that they counted as a shot just to give us a break. Very, very poor for Rangers. Embarrassing, awful, dreadful. We'll see who Gerrard trusts. Can I ask you just one question as well, Div? Do you think all this Chopman changing, we're just making too many changes? We need to get a more settled side in the league. Do you think it's hurting us going forward? I
don't mind changing the midfield. I don't mind changing the strikers. But I think that our back line should be settled. Especially, I don't know, just the goalkeeper, like that's nailed on. 2 centre-halves are changing every 2 minutes. Halliday's playing well at left back, then Flanagan's coming in and getting taken off at half time. It's like this man must be exceptional in training to be coming in, and then he must be absolute piss poor in a match day. Like
he's very good at training.
The only man that doesn't seem to get switched out is Tav.
Tav, literally, because he's
that's another thing that I wanted to kind of speak to you about and ask you. Are we missing the killer pass? Because if you look at it, right, it's great on the face of things, right? Looking at Tav and saying, bang, he's got 9 assists, he's flying, but all Tav's assists are crosses. There's nobody really that's given that killer pass, like a David Silva, you know, it's playing these risky passes, other than maybe Scotty Arfield, but usually has this kind of link-up play. There's no really a player in our midfield that's able to just take the game by the scruff of the neck and just play that lovely wee threaded pass through for
We've not got anyone like Christie that can just pick the ball up at his halfway line, run forward and slip a striker through. We've not got one player. What our midfield players do is get the ball, pass it sideways, turn back, pass it to Goldson, pass it to Worrell, pass it to Tav, pass it to Cadiz, run it wide and cross it. It's what we do every fucking time.
That's exactly what we've done against Aberdeen and Dundee. Both of them were down to 10 men and we just ran down the sides. Well, we've done the sideways passes and we ran down the sides and just whacked it into the box.
Awful.
There was nobody trying to... They're down to 10 men, make them run about, keep the ball on the ground and then try and play like nice wee intricate passes, confuse them a wee bit, but it was just predictable and crossing.
Bruce Allen says Penna can play the killer pass. There's a lot of love for Penna. I've seen that.
There's a lot of love for Penna, but I'm over that, guys. I'm sorry. I
know how you feel. That's why.
Bring him in, right? Bring him back in or whatever. Let the gaffer give a final decision, but I don't see him getting anywhere near a Rangers jersey ever again.
No,
I'm all for second chances. He might be able to prove us wrong, but everybody talks about his goals and his all that sort of stuff. But if you watched him over the course of 90 minutes, we may as well get Windass back.
Josh, come back, sir.
That is going astray. You know what I mean? That is going fucking.
I just realised.
Of course.
Leave that, boys. Right, so that's us kind of broke down the Dundee. Is there anything else you want to say, mate? Gogs, I've never fired anything back to you. Anything you want to say about the game before we wrap up?
No, that's fine. I think you've said everything. Apart from the red cards, what do you think about the referee getting the wrong reason for it being a red card?
But what do you mean the wrong reason?
Right, Dundee called it out. They've actually put an appeal against it, CJ, for the red card to be rescinded to a yellow.
Right, why?
I don't know.
Because the referee sent him off for denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity, although there was already a Dundee defender that's going to get back to get the ball before he gets tackled by Nathan Ralph.
Right. I thought it was a red card for reckless play.
Same.
I thought it was for that as well, but because the referee stated it was for rejecting an obvious goal scoring opportunity.
Yep.
That's available to be appealed against, and they'll probably. I think they should win the appeal because the referee's given the wrong.
Well, the referees obviously gave him an avenue there. That's another piece of daft refereeing, if that's the case.
That's what we were talking about, mate. That's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah. The referees are given the wrong The reason he was sent off is because he's went and stood high and nearly broke the cunt's leg. That's why he was sent off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But
see, to be honest with you, see when I first seen the foul, I was like, why has he been sent off? Then see when I seen the replays and I saw how his foot was like that, I'm like, okay, fair enough. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the referee puts it in the wrong reasons. Are we even surprised anymore? The ref, we've talked about it all week. You had a goal chopped off as well, was it on Saturday, mate?
Yeah.
I heard you talking about it the other day. The refs such a shite every game. You know what I mean? They don't even care.
It all depends on what the referee. It all depends on what the referee's put in his report. Maybe change his mind the last minute and put in the right reason for the sending off. But
can you just? I just want to remind you, it's not even just Scottish refs. Remember, Candace got booked for Tav making a foul and got sent off. You know what I mean, Gogs? This is the referees that we're playing at. Dog shit. They're absolutely. So what's your thoughts? Do you think it was a clear red card? By the way, I've actually got to ask and read out a couple of people's. David through says red card all day. Yeah, I completely agree with that. J Peely says I thought the red card was harsh. Let's see. John McAdam says it should be a yellow card. Lee Wren says, Gogsy, why do you get so much abuse at games?
I just saw that. I don't get much abuse for games, but I heard some. Well, not necessarily at games, but I did hear my name get shouted at Tynecastle on Saturday, just after Hearts 4, I do believe.
Right.
So,
you're probably more famous than the actual Motherwell players. People go there and boo you. Like they shout, fuck Gog, said they're like,
funny story. Funny story, right? See, on Wednesday, I was at the hospitality bit of Far Parking, and I walked out of the. No, I walked out the main entrance behind Kieran Tierney. Nobody cared that Kieran Tierney was walking out the entrance, and some people asked me for a photo. I mean, it's big the ego, but
I feel sick. I want that clipped. God thinks he's more important than Kieran Tierney. Please.
No, I'm not. I'm not further aside from it.
I feel sick.
I just found it funny. I got a voice break as well. Excellent.
Right. So EDZ in modern day football, it's a red card. Yeah, back in the day, Vinnie Jones, that was a well done. He'd probably get a pay rise for that challenge. And let's see, C Skills HD says it was a red. And let's see, and the last one, Kevin 1888 says it should have been a red card. So that's going to be it for this weekend's games. Now it's time for the goal of the week before we get to some predictions for the next week, which is going to be Aberdeen. All right, we'll figure it. Right, so what's your goal of the week, Dev?
It's only got to be one man.
Tell him about it.
And to be honest, he's underrated, isn't he?
Oh, he's brilliant.
It's Hamill.
Oh, definitely.
Halfway line. I know we've not spoken about the games because we'd have been here till next July, but
yeah,
what a goal! What a goal! And you can look at the Hearts goal we scored and be a wee bit no critical. I wasn't myself, but I can understand some people going, "Oh, it was lucky," but bang, there you go. He's just showed you it, wasn't he? He's got an eye for goal and he's got some right foot on him.
If you haven't seen the goal around for that, we kind of touched on that earlier on, but Adam Hamill for St Mirren is about 10 yards inside his own half, I'd say.
He just has a look up.
He looks up, sees the goalkeeper's off his line, just bangs it in. 10 yards inside his own half.
And if that was Wayne Rooney or something that scored that, everybody would be going nuts.
It'd be everywhere. Fair play, like the Barnsley fans and everything. They've been sharing it on Twitter and showing it the respect because obviously he played there and everything like that. So shout out to some English Twitter accounts who've been getting out there and giving it the sort of props it deserves. It's a brilliant goal. Now he's got 2 goal of the year, goal of the season contenders. Like, it's definitely going to be him. So you just have to choose which one.
Oh, definitely.
Watch this, like one of it'll be a Rangers or Celtic player that scored like a header or something like that, and they'll get like goal of the season. It'll just be fucking vicious. You know what I mean? Just like biased. We'll be like, just give it to one of them. Fine. For me, it's good to be Adam Hamill as well. Gogs?
Scott McKenna at Ibrox. I'm kidding. We'll go Danny Johnson.
Danny Johnson?
The fact that you would even say that, Gogsy, after your dad's got like a 90 fucking third minute goal against Celtic. Come on.
I'm kidding. Danny Johnson against Celtic. Definitely.
I mean, you could have won it with your big fuck. Curtis Main should have won it, maybe. Like for beating 2
clubs. Definitely.
Alston, the St Johnstone goal as well was a topper. And Hardy's was a good goal.
Oh, yeah. Alston.
Forrest, his volley was quite decent in that as well. I'm trying to think for the other goals harmed. But for me, Adam Hamill, that's got to be the goal for me. Just 10 yards inside his own half to show the craft, the quality to do that. And it's not just a fluke because you've seen him doing it a week before.
Exactly.
So that's going to be it for goals of the week. Let's see what people's had to say. William McCormack says Andy Halliday. David Fruce says Andy Halliday. C Skills says Halliday. Adam Oliver says Danny Johnson. David Park says Hamill. Let's see. Good shout. Sonny.
Forrest and Offie, Ross Mullen.
Yeah, that's right. Promote the new Jer shop on your shows. Yeah, I think everyone mostly knows the Jer shop. So I'm going to touch on it on the Rangers Roundup getting uploaded tomorrow. So I'll break that down more. But yeah, let's talk about the games because we're trying to get under an hour for this episode. So we're going to drag up all your day. So let's do it rapid fire. So the minutes, are we covering the Aberdeen Livingston game as well? Are we just going to do 2 Livingston games?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Right, let's go. So we've got Aberdeen versus Livingston. Bang, we'll start with you, Gogs. Predictions.
I'll go 1 each straw.
1 each straw. Dev?
1 each straw as well.
I'm going to make it a triplet. I think that's the first time it's ever happened. 1 each. It's got a draw right on there. I'll go score draw, though, because I feel like they'll get goals. Right, moving on to the next game. Livingston versus Hearts. Good double, Livy.
Fuck's
So,
sake.
Dev, we'll start with you.
1-0, Livy.
Gogs.
Ooh. 1-0 Livy as well, actually.
Yeah,
That's
see where
funny.
you go.
I think Livy will sneak it.
Imagine we just picked all the same, not all the way through. Nah, I think because they're playing already midweek and then they're going to play against Hearts at home, I think this will be one of the rare times they actually drop points at home. I'll go for a sneaky 1-0 Hearts win versus Livingston.
Ooh, interesting.
That's it thrown up, mate. I just think the game midweek, that'll take it out there. They've not got a big squad, like the rotation's not that great, so I think they'll be caught a wee bit. So, Kilmarnock versus Dundee. We'll go with, well, I'll start this one actually. I'll go with Kilmarnock to respond with a 3-0 win versus Dundee. Div?
2-1, Killie.
Gogs?
3-2 Killie. I think Dundee are a bit better now. I think they're better than the 3-0. So I'll go 3-2.
3-2, I like it. Let's read some other people's opinions as well, by the way, about the Livingston game. They went 2-1 Livy. Kevin 1888 says Dons 2, Livingston 1. And then after that, you've also got a couple people talking about Livy again, saying 2-1 to Livy, 2-2 draw, 60-0 Hearts, 2-1 Livy, Killie 3-0, Killie 2-0 comes from Anxiety Gaming. And the last one read out comes from Bang, Ross Mullen. It says 3-1. So moving on, the next game, it's St Mirren versus Aberdeen. Again, that's them playing a couple of days later. That'll be a wee bit of a tough one as well. Gogs, you can start this one.
We're going to go for a 2-1 win for Aberdeen.
2-1, Aberdeen. Gog, Div?
I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for St Mirren.
Really? I like that.
Aye.
I like that, mate.
If they get the other goal, I think we'll take it.
I'll go for the exact opposite, 1-0 for Aberdeen. St Mirren's playing well, but I just feel like Aberdeen will come back and just nick it. I think they've got enough quality. So St Johnstone versus the Well. Gogsy, we'll leave you to last, son, because this will be obviously your team. So I'll start with this one. 2-0 St Johnstone.
2-0 St Johnstone.
Yep, 2-0 St Johnstone.
Do you want me to go 4-1 again after last time?
Just be honest, mate. Just be honest.
To be honest, like, will turn up, but I'll go a low scoring game, 1-0 St Johnstone.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. Right, let's see what people had to say. Beb says 3-0 Saints. That's actually a pretty decent score. Adam Smith says 1-1 CJ, you're sexy. Darren says 3-0 St Johnstone. Mark Mitchell says 2-0 St Johnstone. David Frew says 2-0 St Johnstone. Getting a lot of love for Saints here. Sorry, Gogs. In fact, one person. Wait, no, Liam 101.
Is Adam?
Well, and Adam Oliver, the other kind of loyal Motherwell fan that always tunes in, says 2-1 Motherwell. And the last one we read out comes from JPA, says 3-0 St Johnstone. I like that one.
Or Gogs' Motherwell calendar saying 2-1 St Johnstone.
Yeah, love that.
Love that. Love it indeed. Right, next
one. Not even spelled calendar right.
What?
He's not even spelled calendar right.
He's talking about the place in Scotland. That's what he's talking about.
That's it, man.
Fair game.
Fair play. Hibernian versus Celtic. If you can take this one away, son.
And it's at Easter Road.
Easter Road, mate.
4-1 to Celtic. I think he'll pump them.
Gogs.
I think 2 or 3-0 Celtic. I think Hibs are just too shit right now.
Alright.
2 or 3. Imagine that. Just put that prediction 2 or 3. Maybe even 1-0. 2, 3, maybe 1, maybe 4, maybe 2-1. Who knows? Fire in. I'll go.
Or maybe a Hibs win.
Hibs are on good form right now.
Aye.
I mean,
the team of the week with 1 win and 1.
Yep, they've got 1 win and 7. This is the turning point of the season for Hibs. So, I'm so tempted to go. What score draw? Like I'm gonna go 1-1. Like I know, the facts, but I'm gonna put it on the line because I was extremely close with it last time. I threw a 1-1 out there, and another went for it. And ended up being a draw. I think that was with Livingston, and I changed my mind. But I'm gonna stick to my guns this time. Hibernian 1 because it's Neil Lennon. He usually always gives Celtic a game. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm thinking my goal. True. But I'm also having them concede 4.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I've really fucked that one. I'm going to ruin my whole point system for the predictions. I fucked that, I think. Logan Redmond says, you know what I mean? 1-1. It's not that bad result at Easter Road. Logan Redmond says 2-0 Celtic. Hey! Maura Campbell says draw Hibs and Celtic. It's us, just me and thee. There.
Nathan Piley says Hobos 0, Celtic 8.
1988 says Celtic 4-1. Wonder why. Billy B says 4-1 Celtic. 5-0 comes from Ross. Darren Moore says 3-1 Celtic. David Frew says 2-1 Celtic. All right, okay, everyone's. It's just me, you, and Moira. It's just me and you. So we'll move on to the next one. Then it's going to be Rangers versus Hamilton. Gogs, we'll let you start this one, son.
We'll go 2-0 Rangers.
Hey, is that Ibrox, I suppose?
Yeah, exactly.
Goal scorers? Just messing with me. Sorry to say the answer. Good on my coon. Div?
2-0.
2-0. And mine? Find out the day before, eh? So he's done.
Yeah, of course.
Plug there. Can I give you for free? So that's going to be it. We'll read out some of the people's opinions. CJ over 92 fan page says 6-2 Rangers. Also, thank you.
Oh, what? There's a new thing. There's a new page. It's called Ryan 118's blow up Neil Lennon doll.
He's probably that tonight. Cool. That's why he's not on the show. He says 3-1 Rangers. That says 6-0. Definitely. I've even got money on it. Ellis Wilson says 2-0 Rangers. Adam Smith says 4-0 Rangers. Teapot says 5-2 Rangers. Kevin 1888 says 4-0 Rangers. Moira Campbell says 5-0 Rangers. Man, this is it. Decent.
Is Alfredo's suspension over yet, CJ? That's rugby beast. I'm not.
No, he's suspended.
Suspended. That's good. No, it's not
plus.
fucking good, but it's good in the terms that we've got him for the hopefully harder games.
Yeah, because he was already suspended for Dundee, and then he got suspended, and then he obviously got sent off versus Aberdeen. So now that, so it carries on because he was already suspended in the next match already, no matter what happens. So that's good. If anything, he's got a wee holiday. That's
maybe that's why he done it.
So he's fresh for Rapid. Morelos hat trick, mate. That's it. That's why he's done it. He knows his fucking score. Everyone thinks he's mental. He's a fucking Buffalo genius. He's like, I'm just going to kill him.
I know.
Just sitting there watching Kyle Lafferty, just not get involved. So that's going to be the end of the show. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up today's episode, Gogs?
I did see a comment earlier saying instead of the predictions for the weekend, someone's asked, what do you think? What decisions would be overturned coming up? I don't know if that's referring to any red cards or like maybe. Well, I think Kyle Lafferty's goal would be overturned if you mean like if VAR was I don't know. You just said what would be overturned, so I'm just assuming it's red cards.
All right, overturned. I don't think anything like for the weekend. But if you're talking about like if we had VAR, I think Aberdeen St Johnstone would have probably 2 penalties each. I think the Kyle Lafferty would have a goal. I think Motherwell would have a goal. Because you got robbed as well for the poor refereeing.
What's his face? Did Benkovic no score a perfectly good goal against you, Motherwell?
On Wednesday.
Yeah, and that was disallowed somehow. And actually more of a foul on the Celtic player.
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose
decisions.
I suppose it evens itself out because I mean we got lucky last Wednesday and then we had a goal disallowed as well, so it evens itself up in that sense. But it's still really shit. 2 wrongs don't make it right, eh?
Aye.
Exactly, mate. I'm seeing a lot of people put that in the comments. Oh, Rangers had 1 offside, so we'll get this one offside that evens itself out. Just as a wee disclaimer. Exactly. It doesn't even itself out, but 2 wrongs don't make a right, people. Let's try and get this changed.
5 goals incorrectly ruled for offside. 5! It's fucking
That's weird, isn't it?
It's funny because like I did the maths for like season and like refereeing decisions cost us like 10 points over the games that we got affected by. So it's
what
just
about the games that it was positive towards you? Did you calculate that?
I'm not sure, but the season before we had like 3 goals completely disallowed, and we had 1 goal that didn't actually cross the line against Inverness, which gifted us 2 extra points. So we gained like 4 points from those sort of decisions, and we lost about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So when a team like Motherwell, look, we're scrapping for relegation this season, that could really count towards what could happen at the end of the season.
I'm just laughing at the comments. But I agree, mate. There was 6 or 7, I think, for this last week alone, and that's absolutely embarrassing for the state of Scottish football. But let's wrap up the show right there. Gogsy, maybe we want to tell them where they can find you on the internet, mate.
Yeah, on YouTube. I'm uploading tonight. There's a cheeky plug. And yeah, thanks for having me on again.
Hey, boys,
and good luck on Thursday. Hope you beat Rapid Vienna.
Oh, cheers. Stop it, you. You'll be back on next week, Gogsy. Didn't you? Dev.
Thanks.
YouTube.com/sharpdiv, sharpdiv on Instagram, sharpdiv7 on Twitter, and also I'd like my closing statement to be Greg Levin is a pigeon.
Oh yes.
Clip that. And also, I just want to thank everyone for watching. We had a lot of people watching again. We really appreciate you spending an hour with us, even as it's been a bad week for us. Let's be 100% fair. I'm sure the majority of the audience wouldn't have really enjoyed.
There you go, C-Skill.
Wait, C-Skill as well? Oh, great. Fucking superb.
Yeah, C-Skill just commented, look at the French dictionary in the background, so there it is.
Fucking superb. Oui, merci. And also, hitting the like button on the series, and if you're watching this video later on when it's not live, just make sure you hit the like button. It definitely helps and shows that you still want to watch it, you know what I mean? Because the likes obviously show you're still enjoying the show. It only takes a second. So that's it. I'll be CJ over 92. Thank you so much for watching, and